Okay, hello everybody. Thank you. Because at the moment, in business around the world, selling and marketing are broken. It's the one part of the company that is not working the way it should. It's too emotional, it's too subjective, and it's way too company-centered and not customer-centric. Buyers have changed the way they buy, and sellers have not changed the way they sell. The web, which really came about in 1994, is still changing everything. And if you are still selling the old way, you're not going to be able to sell the way people want to buy. Before the web, the buyer got 20% of their questions answered without a salesman, and they talked to their friends and so on, and then they went to the salesman for the rest of the answers, 80%. This is now flipped. Now they're getting 80% of their questions answered online from other customers, discussion groups, that type of thing, and they're going to the salesperson for the last 20%. If that much, maybe even less. Maybe they only have one or two questions. The problem is the salespeople are trained to answer the first 80%. They don't know the answer to the last 20%. So they end up running around, very inefficient, one-on-one, trying to answer these very specific questions. Meanwhile, they're losing the sale because the customer is in a hurry and they're in their buying process and they want to get this done, get it over with, and they want to just hurry up and make their purchase. Now, I have a solution, or I wouldn't be up here. And the solution is that you need to interview your customers after they make a purchase. After they have made the purchase, they will tell you lots of things. They will tell you what they were looking for, what the critical characteristic was, why they bought from you, what the trends are in their marketplace. And what you do is you ask them open-ended questions. Now, the hardest thing about this is doing it. It's not hard once you get started. Once you get started and you start making these interviews, you're going to be shocked at how much it will teach you, and you'll find out why certain things weren't working and why certain things will now work. And the way that you will sell will be in sync with the way people buy. So your current customers are going to teach you how your potential customers want to buy your product. What are their concerns? You actually map out the buying process. If you start following this process and understand the customer's buying process and interview them after they've bought from you, you will in fact be able to then repeat that process. You're actually reverse engineering a successful sale so that you can manufacture new sales in quantity. How do we convey value? And the answer is, if you really know what they're looking for, if you really understand what they really want, and it's very specific what they really want, and how you can give it to them, then you are providing value. Value and relevance are the same thing. If it's relevant to them, it's valuable to them. You cannot guess this. I'm sorry, I wish I could say we're all so smart, you know, we could just guess this. But that's the big mistake that everyone makes. So what we all have to do is stop thinking like sellers. Buyers are now completely in control of the buying process, and we need to get in sync with them. We need to get right in rhythm with them and be with them at every single step. And if we do that, we sell more.